What's going on, everyone? This is Ryan here with my last MLB 12 video on this channel. I just want to let you guys know, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to my new channel, which is Ryan the Sports GM. Ryan the Sports General Manager, basically, but it's Ryan the Sports GM. I like that name, honestly. I don't know if you guys like it, but I wanted to, whatever. Just go watch the last video if you want to know why I picked it. And basically, this video is going to be about this channel in review for the past 5 months, when I started back in March, and then now we're in September, so like 5 or 6 months of consistent MLB posting. And I'm just going to talk to you guys about each some of the different franchises, maybe give my opinion on the best one I think I had overall, and anything else, and maybe some personal life, because I had a really bad day today. I'm not going to say until the end if there's still time, or you guys can just ask me on Twitter or whatever. But anyway, so we're going to go through each one. So when I first got this game back in March, I only had about 500 subscribers, I'll give it, and now I have over 1,500. So I want to thank every one of you out there who have come to my channel and subscribed to me over the past like 5 or 6 months. It's been really awesome. I love having all these people watching my videos and getting all this feedback in every video, having these nice discussions and whatnot on the videos. So I want to thank all of you guys for that. It really is pretty awesome. It's like my dream, sort of. So let's see. I started back in March, and I had some unreal support from you guys. Like the first 2 weeks, like I was checking my Social Blade, and if you don't know what Social Blade is, it's basically a website where you can like just kind of see all of your how many subscriptions you get per day, how many video views per day. And I was getting consistently about 30 subscribers for about 2 weeks, and it's pretty sweet. So that was awesome. I was like freaking out. I was like, holy shit. Like my friends were like, holy crap, Ryan, what the hell? But the first franchise I did, and if you guys don't know all the franchises I've done, the first one I did was the Oakland A's. The second one was the San Diego Padres. The third one was the Blue Jays. Fourth was the Cubs, and fifth was the Indians. I think that's right. And let's see, I started out with the Oakland franchise, and I wasn't really prepared for that one. I'll give you guys that. You guys, if you guys remember that franchise, first of all, I didn't even use the real rosters. I used just the games rosters, and the games rosters don't have full minor leagues. The rosters that I download, obviously now they all have full minor leagues, full prospects. With the computer generated ones, all you get is a bunch of fake players. There's all the MLB. With MLB The Show, they're not allowed to put anyone in the game who has not played an MLB game yet. So, for instance, in the beginning of the year, everyone was like, oh, when are we going to get Yoenis Cespedes and Yu Darvish? Well, you had to wait for them to play a game before you can download the new roster from MLB. And, those rosters, they don't have the full minors. You have to download the OSFM rosters, which is the one I use. And they would have already had them, so... let's see, I started out with the Oakland A's. I didn't get to use a actual roster, and that franchise was pretty bad. I think I went to year 2017 with you guys, made the playoffs once, and I went into really major debt. So basically, the A's was a stepping stone for me, because I really kind of honed all of those mistakes that I used from there. I used them in my future videos, and I really attributed to some success. Because the A's, I went to the ALDS once and I got swept. It was so bad. I had no good pitching, no prospects, because there weren't any prospects in the game. Each team only had 2 A potential players in their minors. So yeah, I've been messing around with them recently, trying to make them better and correct them, but it's not working. They're really bad in debt. So the A's was a very big disappointment. It was a total failure. I didn't get anywhere with that franchise. So the next one I did was the San Diego Padres, and that was the first franchise that I successfully rebuilt into a World Series contender. Actually, they won the World Series, and they went to the World Series, I think, twice. It only took me about 5 years to do that one and actually get them to the World Series. And some of the big name players that I had on that franchise, I had let's see, we had Jared Parker, Casey Kelly, this dude named Joel Soto, Tyler Thornburg, and one more. I don't know his name, but it had something Berg. And all 5 of those guys were in the major leagues at the time of the World Series. They were all A potential, and it was crazy. And my lineup consisted early. Well, in the beginning, I started out with, if you guys remember, the Carlos Gonzalez trade, where I traded. I think I traded away like Jason Bartlett and like another outfielder. In the return, I got Carlos Gonzalez and Tim Wheeler from the Rockies, and both of those guys are A potential. Tim Wheeler's are actually a prospect though, and Tim Wheeler, even in the World Series, I still had Tim Wheeler on my team, and he was great. He was like maxed overall, but Carlos Gonzalez didn't really work out for me as I remember. I don't know if you guys remember, but Carlos Gonzalez did not perform that well. He was constantly hitting about 260. Not, he's a star player, should be hitting about 290 at least. And he didn't have the home run production I really wanted from him. So after about, I think, 2 years, now we're in about year 2014, I remember I traded for an aging Jose Bautista that a lot of you guys seem to like, but some of you didn't like just because at the time I think he was about 35 or 36. And now my motto or whatever is I will not trade for anyone who's over 35, because at that stage in their career, yeah, they might be good, but the investment, a lot of these guys that are 35 in this game at the time, after about 2014, they're usually about 35 years old. They're maxed out, they have a huge contract, and they're declining, which happened in the Blue Jays franchise. But I picked Jose Bautista anyways because he was constantly hitting 45 home runs per year for me. That really helped me out a lot. It really helped that offense get going. And from the Carlos Gonzalez trade, I had Tim Wheeler on my team. I also had a dude named Jeremy Gonzalez playing second base. He was maxed overall at the time we won the World Series. I also had Xander Bogaerts from the Boston Red Sox. I don't know. I think I got him from the Brewers, though. He was on the Brewers when I got him. And he really helped me out during the playoffs. I had the third baseman that I just forgot his name. The third baseman that plays with the Padres right now. I can't remember his name now. No, it's not Nick Hundley. Oh my God, Chase Headley. There we go. He was there. He was there the whole franchise. He did a really good job with me. He was constantly hitting 280, which I learned for the next few franchises that picking players who are consistent really helps you out. And Chase Headley was a really good example. Even though he's only B potential, you guys always know I talk about, oh, he's A potential, or this guy's B potential, but he's maxed out, so I don't want to get him. Yeah, that was a mistake, because Chase Headley, definitely, B potential guy who was really consistent for me. Let's see, we had Jose Bautista, we had Jason Hayward on that team. That was really awesome. So yeah, we had a really great lineup. We had a really good bullpen, and we had a really good pitching staff overall. One of the best teams that I ever made. As you see, Albert Pujols gets thrown out right here, trying to go third. So that team was one of the best ones. We won the World Series in 5 years, and very successful. Now we move on to the Toronto Blue Jays, who I only got to the ALCS once. I made the playoffs for 3 or 4 years. Only made the ALCS once. I remember one of the most disappointing ones was when I was in the ALDS, and we were up 2-0, and I dropped 3 straight, and we lost. But if you guys remember from that franchise, the first beginning thing I ever did, I traded away Ricky Romero, and you guys hated me for that. And I was kind of content with it, though, because I'm pretty sure I got a few prospects in it, but I don't think they ever surfaced to the MLB, unfortunately. But I had Ricky Romero on the team, or I traded away him for, I'm not really sure who I can't remember who I traded Romero away for. And then I also traded away the 2 catching prospects. I had JP Arancibia and who's the other guy's name? Travis Darnell. I ended up getting Jesus Montero and Justin Smoke, which ended up doing really well for us. I think I traded away Darnell for him. I traded away Arancibia to the White Sox for Gordon Beckham. You guys did not like that trade at all. You guys like Kelly Johnson more because he's like C potential and he's cheap. And yeah, I know, but I like Gordon Beckham a little bit more. And at the time of the end of that franchise, let's see, our lineup consisted of having Adam Jones in it. We had Adam Jones in center field. We had Colby Rasmus. Not sure who we had in right field. It was someone pretty decent, though. It might have been Batista still. I'm not sure. But in the infield, we had third base was Brett Lowry. Shortstop was I think that might have been just a crappy player. I'm not sure though. I don't think he was. Second base we had Gordon Beckham. First was Justin Smoke, and then we had Jesus Montero catching. Pitching staff, I can't remember most of my pitchers. I remember I had Jared Weaver, but I can't remember any of my other pitchers. But honestly, the Blue Jays next to A's might have been one of the most disappointing franchises just because I put together this massive lineup, and I'm pretty sure we had a pretty good pitching staff. And I put together this like really big lineup, and they just didn't, like, we'd have like really like good years. We'd have like 95 plus win seasons, and for some reason they would not hit in the playoffs. I remember consistently as being destroyed by Jesus Montero going like 150 in the playoffs, and it was a pretty big failure in the playoffs, but really good regular season team. The next one was a recent one, the Cubs, and it's kind of weird to think that the Cubs were just, I didn't play them that often until now. Like they're pretty recent, but the Cubs, they were a really good franchise. Let's see, on that one for the lineups we had who did we have? We had Anthony Rizzo. Who did I trade away with Castro? I'm gonna go look real quick, but oh my god, I can't remember this now. Oh yeah, we had Carlos Gonzalez, Mark Trumbo. I'm trying to remember who we had for shortstop and second base. Mike Olt. We had Mike Olt over at shortstop. Anthony Rendon over at second. We had Miguel Montero, who stuck with us pretty much the whole franchise. Dominic Brown was in right field. I remember that. And for pitching, we had, oh yeah, this is like one of the most deepest pitching staffs I ever had. We had Jake Odorizzi, Danny Duffy, Garrett Cole, Matt Harvey, and Jameson Tylon. And the bullpen consisted of Joel Zumaya, Jabba Chamberlain. We had Fernando Rodney, Ramon Ramirez, Mike Melanson. And that was one of the most successful franchises because they won a World Series and they were the Cubs. And that was a really good franchise, one of the best ones that you guys loved. I didn't seem to make any bad trades at any time during that one. Oh yeah, we had Desmond Jennings as well in that franchise. But you guys definitely liked that franchise a lot. I like that one too. So yeah, one of the best ones I had so far. Now let's move on to what else do we have? Oh yeah, the Indians, duh. Indians was the most recent one that you guys know of. I just won the World Series with them, and I put together one of the biggest lineups in that one as well. They were ranked #1 in the league for like the past 2 or 3 years. And some of the people we had in the lineup, we had Carlos Santana, who was maxed out. We had Asdrubal and Jason Kipnis, who I kept throughout the whole time. Mike Trout, Francisco Linder was in DH. Jason Hayward, who's been in a couple of my franchises. Billy Butler, Chisenhall. Yeah, so that was a pretty solid one. Pitching staff was pretty good. We had Latos, Holland, Hudson, and Tomlin, which Tomlin was a guy who won 2 Cy Youngs for me for some reason. And pitching staff was one of the most talented one in overall. I had like a really deep farm system with pitchers, but this one had just like a really good straight up front 5 guys. So that was really awesome as well. So 3 out of my 5 franchises won the World Series: the Indians, Cubs, and the Padres. Now if I had to rank all the franchises in order, I think I'd go this way. I think the #1 franchise would have to be the I'd have to say for right now the Padres. I had to say the Padres because they have really young pitchers who are like pretty much only like 25 years old. Their lineup is, they have Jason Hayward, Xander Bogaerts, Tim Wheeler, Jose Bautista, Headley. So they have a really consistent lineup, and they had a pretty good bullpen. #2, I'd have to put the Indians there because this lineup is very deep, very, very deep. #1 overall league or team in the league for like the past couple of years. #1 in power, contact, and pitching. Can't really beat that. Pretty speedy team as well. And I want to know what will happen when I trade away Asdrubal Cabrera here soon. And then #3 has to be the Cubs, just because they had a pretty decent lineup, or actually pretty good lineup, and pretty decent pitching. #4 the Blue Jays, and #5 the A's. And that's gonna wrap it up, I guess, for look back at the franchise. So thank you guys for watching me throughout all this time, and I look forward to playing some new games beside the show. That's why I wanted to change channels, because this name is xScopedAndShot. You don't really think of sports games on this channel, so I wanted to make my name match what I do. And yeah, I'm gonna start playing Madden NCAA hopefully that type of stuff. So anyways, if you guys want to hear about my my bad day today, so my car has a system in it, and I have two 12-inch subwoofers, and I have a head unit, and the head unit is like the radio, and it has like the auxiliary cable. I had to install that in there, and the head unit always stays on, and it kind of drains the battery, but I've never had it die because I drive almost like every day. But I didn't drive my car for 2 days, and I go to start it up this morning, and it wouldn't start. The key was stuck in the ignition. It wouldn't come out. So I guess the battery was dead or something. I got the keys out finally. This guy came over and jumped it, but it still wouldn't start. So I guess I have to get a new battery for it, and I'm really pissed off because this whole day I was worried I had to pay like $300 for you know, my car, but whatever. You guys don't care that much. So anyways, oh yeah, I also started my job this week or today. I'm a dishwasher at a restaurant. I'm gonna commit suicide by Thursday. So I don't know. It's been a really rough week so far. It's only Tuesday. Damn. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys come over to my new channel. I look forward to seeing everyone there. I already got like 90 subscribers, so keep it going. Thanks for watching, guys. Like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my new channel. You guys have a great day.